I'm Brent Barnett on Brownfield, reporting from a field day near Slater, Iowa, where a local landowner continues to implement a number of conservation practices to help improve the health of his soils.
Trying to improve the soil health and water quality on my little 80 acres here.
Lee Tesdell raises row crops near Slater and says his management strategies have helped enhance water quality.
We can take water that's above the drinking water limit, which is 10 milligrams per liter. We can take water that's 15 or 20 milligrams per liter. We can take that down to 1 milligram or less.
Some of Tesdell's practices include saturated buffers, prairie strips, bioreactor installation, cover crops, no-till, and the seeding of kernza, a perennial grain with deep roots that serves dual purposes as a cash crop and cover crop.
You could say I like new ideas as part of it. I'm a little bit of a lucky person, and then I get some cash rent. You can see from behind me, I've got 50 acres cash rented. So I can invest that back into some conservation work. And then there's cost share of various kinds too, to support those kind of new ideas, new technologies in conservation.
When I break it out, it wants to break out in these big chunks. And you see lots of roots growing there? That's because they can't grow in the middle. They only have the one place to grow. So 90% of the soil, useless to these roots.
Dr. Lee Burris is a moral professor with Iowa State University and has extensive experience in soil formation, human-induced soil transformations, and inherent soil productivity. He tells Brownfield practices like Tesdell's can boost row crop ag systems.
Over a 10 or 20 year average with conservation management, you'll have on average better yields than if you do what's known as conventional management, where you're not building up all those soil properties. So the long-term profitability, long-term system is better.
But there's a lot of roots, especially over here, that are going down, and there's some that are coming out of around this zone right here.
Dr. Amber Anderson with Iowa State University's Department of Agronomy says conservation measures can lead to row crops becoming more tolerant to extreme weather conditions.
I don't anticipate future conditions being more predictable. So we need to have a resilient system that can tolerate a drought or can tolerate the extreme rainfall that we've had.
Tesdell says climate-smart agriculture gives growers an opportunity to lead sustainability efforts and increase their profitability.
You can increase your profit per acre. I said increase your profit per acre on many farms by taking out the acres that lose money. And everybody knows what the yield monitor shows. Taking out the acres, maybe 5-10% of your ground on a slope or down by a creek, putting prairie strips in there, and then thereby increasing the profit overall on the farm, if that makes sense.
From Central Iowa, I'm Brent Barnett, Brownfield.